Well, hello out there, everybody. It is I, DrBossKey, and today we are looking at Sreevanix. We have the first version of animation going. Thank you very much, Dimitri, for that. We're gonna give some feedback on that, and yeah, well, it's and we kind of already started getting Sreevanix into the game, so kind of doing the tech art side of that. So, without further ado, let's jump into it. All right. Okay, cool. So first off, let me just show you, Dimitri, kind of where we're at. All right, so I'll just hit this and give you a sense for where Sreevanix is in terms of like size. So his texture and the texture you delivered to me, the sprite sheet is bigger than expected. So and you kind of see how the proportions are kind of coming into the game here. Let me see if I can pause this real quick. And boop, there we go. All right, cool. So you can see up here, I have a little bit of leeway. I can pull him down a little bit more, but I definitely want his chin to be above the boss health bar here. But I think that, and that'll give us maybe just a little bit of enough room to like scooch through, because players need to understand that they can get past the horns, right? So getting in this new size is, you know, I have to go through and update all of the weapons because they're scaled to the size of the boss and a bunch of other things. So in engine, so take a look here. Also, the texture, the sprite sheet that you gave me, it had an empty row in the bottom. So I think I tried a version. With a resolution of 2048 on the width, and then here our height isn't square right now on the sheet as well. So it's something we need to fix up. Just as a reminder, Dimitri, when you deliver the sprite sheets, we always need to deliver them in a usable format. And so when we have empty spaces in the sprite sheet row, then I have to go through and then basically adjust it, which you can see here. So crude version of that. Okay, so also, I guess the other thing here to know is I did a 2048 version. Let me just save that out real quick. We'll take a look at this guy here. Just Mr. Fishmound. Boop, boop. All right. Turn down the music in the headphones. Yeah, so I had him at 150 scale, so this would be 300, I think, to get back to the same kind of space for that texture resolution. And then we can just take a quick look at this guy again here. I think when I looked earlier, I think that having it scale up, yeah, you can start to see the pixelation around the art itself. Let me go ahead and pause that here. Boop. Yeah, so so we can try the higher sheet, the 4096, but it needs to be eight panels, and those panels then need to be adjusted. And I can see from the animation kind of how we needed extra padding. I definitely feel you. I know how tough that can be. So I think my take on it is we try it. We can't go any bigger than what we currently have. It's a lot of GPU memory as well for that, right? So, but I definitely don't like the aliasing here. That's you. I mean, so, okay, so this is where we're at with it in engine, and that's sprite sheet size. So, let's see here. Yeah, so, all right. So we're looking at a 2048, or sorry, a 4096 by, this needs to be a square amount. So probably since it's 1367, it's going to be a 4096 by 2048. And then each of the panels needs to have Sreevanix centered within each of the, I guess, panels, each of the spots on the sheet itself, because they've been evenly sliced. Okay. First off, thank you. I really enjoy seeing this guy come to life. And as we were looking at here, right, we can just kind of take a look at this guy engine here. Let me actually set him back real quick to just the resolution we're gonna go for. We might, and the thing is when we do the sheet bigger, we can still scale it down if needed to see kind of what fits best in engine. Or what fits best in terms of visual fidelity and scaling. So I think because he is I don't want to scale because he is such a big character on screen, it's important for us to, from a gameplay perspective, to get him to settle to sit correctly. I also have some scripting set up based on his collision boxes. So and then moving forward, you know, we'll get the sprite sheet dialed in. So all right, so a couple things. One is just that I think that the whoa, that was me. I pushed the button that does the scripting, does the runtime preview scripting. All right, so I think that there's too much head movement. Maybe we can look at the sheet here. So basically, we can just draw on top of this. Not a big deal because we're not saving it. Give me some green. That way, it's ugly 255 green, so no one knows. Excuse me. Got hiccups apparently. I had a fun and yum dinner. All right, so I think in general there's just too much head rotation. So Dimitri, what I'd like us to see, let's keep the head rotation pretty much on this axis, and then what I want to see here is so for the jaws, like the jaws should basically come down, right? And I think we can have a framework comes down, and then what I'd really like to see is these. So basically, it's like a trifecta or a triangle that essentially closes together, right? So and so both of these, the inner and outer lower jaws, all come together, so it kind of pinches together, right? Because what we have here is, hey, where'd my mouse go? Hello, mouse. There we go. Hello, mouse. What we're gonna have here is, I think probably, I don't know, from the eye, we'll do, I had it kind of here in the face. So maybe we'll do from here, basically the bullet pattern that comes out. Maybe it'll come out of the nose hole, right? So it also might come out of the forehead, so I might like be right here. I just need to place an engine, so you can take a look here. I think, let me take a look. Yeah, he's so big right now, and it's super tiny small. But basically, it's the spread bullets that come out of the head. So, and they're gonna be right about here. So that's why I want to get rid of a big part of this rotation. It also makes the horns really noisy, and you need to fly over the top of the horns. I don't want to create like a jumping puzzle, and I don't want people to fly through the horns. So that's the main thing. I like the body. I like what we got going on there for sure. I enjoy the fins are moving here, which is great. I like the pulsing sort of so the thing also, Dimitri, is that, so the glow is good in the coat, but the thing is that the way you're doing your glows right now is the glows fade up and then down. Let me just make sure I got that right. So they fade up, down. Yeah, those are fine. No feedback there. So, okay. Yeah, okay, so that's the jaws, that's that. And I think, yeah, I think that's the main piece of feedback of where we're at. So I really appreciate I think kind of where we're at with this as well too. And if you remind me in terms of animations, I can do a little video for you explaining kind of what I'm thinking about animation wise, so you don't lose as many cycles. Because I already could see the challenges you had with this for sure. And then I think we'll do one more pass on I think like these little bits. So the wiggly bits, they should have their own undulation. So, and that'll be better off when the jaws aren't as opened as wide. I think that's the other thing too, is in general, kind of like I was saying here, right? We basically need to, almost like, I wouldn't open the jaws maybe any wider than maybe this. That's probably it. And then I think the other side of this is that the jaws from the head itself should be separate, right? So it's, and that'll give us a little bit more space when we're looking at the eyes. to basically have the eyes do their little animations, right? Which will be kind of cool. This one doesn't need to, but I have to have that kind of flickery eyeballs, right? So I'm excited about that. So that they're kind of looking around in different spots. Other than that, I think those are the main pieces. So I'm gonna continue working this evening on getting basically a Sreevanix. Oh man, I hate when I do that. Getting Sreevanix into the engine. So I'm gonna fix up all of his stuff. I'll probably go with a single frame as opposed to the animation frame. And because I have to move a bunch of stuff around, I think let's lock down the sprite sheet. All right. For the folks out there watching, thank you very much. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for playing the alpha builds. Thank you for all the feedback and following along. Much love, much appreciated, and we'll speak to you soon. Thanks, everybody.